Hi, my name is Eva. I'm a thriller reader that talks all things books, and here's what I read for the month of August. The Good Girl, Mary Kubica, I gave this 3.25 stars. This is a Stockholm Syndrome slow burn, and I did enjoy this story for the Stockholm Syndrome aspect. I think it was written in a really compelling way that at one point I was shipping them, and then I was like, hold on a second, he kidnapped her. Like, we can't ship that. I think what knocked it down for me was that, yes, while it was a slow burn, it felt really slow. And I think I'm a little fatigued from rich white women stories in thrillers. I feel like the trope is really overdone. Next is The Well of Eternity. I give this 3.5 stars. My boyfriend is a huge fan of this series, so he got me to read it. And I did enjoy it. I like the magic system. I like the fantasy world that it's built in. But I just don't know if I'm a fan of Richard A. Nack's writing. Next is The Maid by Nita Prose. I gave this 3.5 stars. I own an online bookstore that does a book club, and this was our book club read for August. I think 3.5 is honestly a little generous. It's probably just smack dab in the middle of 3. And that's because I just don't think that cozy reads are for me. Usually while I'm reading them, I'm like, this is cheesy, this is corny, this reads like a Hallmark movie, and I just can't do it. I think what did redeem the book, though, is that one of our book club members' kids is autistic, and she read the book, and she came to book club, and she said that she felt like it was relatable, and she felt seen in the book, and she felt like it was an accurate representation. So kudos for accurate representation. Next is La Vie de Guinevere. I gave this 4.5 stars. I had seen this all over TikTok and I was like, this has to be overhyped. Everybody's talking about it, but I think it was worth the hype. I really enjoyed this. This is a slow burn romantasy that blends historical fiction. And I love historical fiction. So a couple of my favorite genres all in one. I've never cared about King Arthur, never thought about King Arthur, and the way that Paula Lafferty wrote this story makes me want to know more. I really cannot wait until she writes the next book. This was a slow burn, I think, done right. Last but not least, All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby. I gave this one 5 stars. This is my third S.A. Cosby book. This one deals with religious and racial trauma, and I thought this was so well done, and the way he describes this serial killer was honestly fucked up. I had to put the book down a couple of times because I was like, wow, that is a very vivid and gory description. I did feel like there were certain elements within this book that I could have done without or that could have been fleshed out more. In characters' romantic interests, I don't feel like it gave to the story as much as it possibly could have. So we could have either done without it or I would have liked to see more. Otherwise, I absolutely loved this book. I feel like S.A. Cosby kind of has a blueprint at how he writes his main characters, but I still thought that this was interesting and fresh enough and interesting enough that I was really invested in Titus's story. As for what I'm currently reading, I'm reading Dead of Winter by Darcy Coates. I'm really excited. I've been wanting to read this book forever, but this one's even more special because my business is hosting a book treat and we are going away in a week. So I'm really excited to see what everybody thinks, and we're staying kind of in a remote cabin, so this book is perfect. I'm also finally getting around to Two Twisted Crowns. I read One Dark Window like a year and a half ago. Definitely should have reread it before I jumped into the second book so long after the fact, but I'm really enjoying this. I have a few notes, but we're going to wait until we finish reading to see what we think about it. Okay, bye.